You are. Is it raining? Perhaps you should be with us every morning. Maybe we bring you some good luck. Is it raining where you are?
Well, I would really be on every single morning if it brought rain. The challenge really is that the rain is not enough. There's been a little rain overnight, a spit and a spot, but there was some rain in Beaufort West. And even if it rains well for 2 years, the dams won't be full. We've had a terrible drought. We've never had a 3-year drought before. Last year, the prediction was for a very wet winter. Well, of course, we had the driest winter on record that I have seen. And so forecasting, as the South African Weather Service has told me, is very difficult in this era of climate change. So we are not banking on anything the South African Weather Service tells us, because they tell me personally they are flying blind.
Let's talk about desalination, because I think that this is a key word that many people keep throwing about, saying, why are we not going that route? There are other countries that go the desalination route that are also in major problems when it comes to getting water and fresh water, and yet desalination works for them. Is this something that you could implement?
Well, absolutely. Desalination is the only answer in the longer term. In the short term, we have 3 desalination plants coming on stream, one at Monwa, BC, one at Harmony Park, and the other on the waterfront. But let me give you a sense of the scale. Together, when they are fully operational, which I hope the city will achieve by April, because this is a city project, they will produce 16 megalitres of water per day. That is 16 million litres. But currently, the city is using 600 million litres of water a day. So on their own, those desalination projects will literally be the proverbial drop in the ocean unless we cut usage dramatically. So we are pumping aquifers. The Atlantis aquifer should make Atlantis entirely self-sufficient. There's the Strandfontein drilling, there's the Philippi drilling. We're drilling all over. We're getting over 400 boreholes recommissioned at schools, all of that sort of thing. So in the short term, aquifer discharge is going to be the critical thing. And of course, the desalination, a tiny little cap, but in the long term, major desalination is the only answer. And indeed, that is bulk water supply with a vengeance and falls squarely in the remit of national government.
Let's talk about national government. Obviously, there was a letter that was written to President Jacob Zuma by yourself, pleading with him to declare the area a national disaster area and to get as much help as possible. What has have you heard any response? Has there been any feedback as yet? And also, what has the Department of Water and Sanitation done? Has the minister engaged with you? Have they offered their assistance? Let's get through that.
Well, the minister is currently in Liberia for the inauguration of President Way, as I understand it. So that is obviously very disappointing to us. Minister Nomvula Makanyane has tried to suggest that we need to get through this in terms of a water levy, which I have strongly opposed, because the bottom line is that a constitutional mandate has to be respected. And we have seen exactly how much water has been wasted, how much money, and of course money is water in the Department of Water and Sanitation, how much money has been wasted, 2.6 billion rand in irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure, extraordinary amounts of money. It's had the worst audit outcome of any department. We've had the disaster of their involvement in the Clan William Dam. All of the projects they've been supposed to be doing in the Western Cape haven't happened. And I'm saying, get your house in order. Your constitutional mandate is bulk water supply. And don't now come and say to the city of Cape Town and its residents, you have to save water and pay for the water you don't use. We can't function like that. You have a constitutional mandate, you had the budget, you squandered that budget, and now that money has to come from national. Now, obviously, this is not a time for bickering, and we're not bickering. We just cannot afford bulk water supply that is not a provincial mandate or a city mandate, and we do not have the resources to do it. That, in terms of the National Water Act and in terms of the Constitution, is a national government mandate.
Let's leave it there for this morning. We thank you so much for your time. We wish you the best of luck going forward with this. It's a dire situation in the Western Cape, and obviously all the tips are out and about how you can save water. And as you heard from the Premier, there is a lot being done behind the scenes, but I suppose the question needs to be asked, is it enough and is it too late? That's, I think, what many people are worried about right now. That was the Western Cape Premier, Helen Zille, talking to us about the efforts to alleviate the water shortage in the province. We take a break, and after this, Valen has sports.